welcome in. We are already into week 3. Already can't believe it in terms of how quick the season is going. So wanted to get a quick video out. I know I'm a day late. Wanted to get it done yesterday, but had a extremely busy day. A lot of travel. So here I am Wednesday. I'm getting it up, getting it rolling. So let's just jump right in, guys. Let's check out week 2. Check out some of the games again. A lot of low scoring, a lot of high differential games, 15, 20 point differentials. One game didn't come down to Monday night between Brock and Aaron, so we'll see how that shook out. So let's jump right in, guys. It was me against Dalton. I took the victory 93-70. It was looking really close at the beginning when Brady went off for 30 points, roundabout. 30.8. It was looking pretty scary for me to start. But my team ended up, getting pretty serious down the stretch. Had a couple, decent plays. Obviously, Breeze showed up for me, 22. And then had Buck Allen kind of surprise he was, one of the hot waiver pickups from week 1, but maybe second or third on the list. So showed up nice. So yeah, I'm starting 2-0. Pretty happy in my division. There was 2 big division wins to start. Against Javi, and then me against Dalton. I got another big one this week, but Joe and Casey, Joe took it down, man. Joe and Jared, 136-72, almost doubled them up. Casey had 21 from Carr, and that was really about it from Casey's team. Not much. Joe's team was just firing all cylinders. They had C.J. Anderson go for 27. Fournette had 12. Mike Evans had 15. Bucks D had 18. Michael Crabtree, 26. I had 3 touchdowns. He didn't need much else. Like I said, Casey had, Martavis Bryant had a nice big game. Julio Jones had like 100 yards, but that was really about it from him. Joe starting 1-1. Casey struggling, 0-2, not scoring much, but, never know. A trade, those rookie running backs start to break out and start feeling it in. So, I think Casey might be okay. He's he could be in an okay spot if he makes a couple moves. Like I said, Brock and Aaron squared off. Brock now 2-0, pulled out a victory 79.9-70 from Aaron. Aaron started out Eric, not Aaron. Eric. They squared off week 1, but Eric came down on Monday night with Odell. Figure you get a little Odell magic, a little karma back on Brock, but Odell held silent. So Brock pulled out the victory by 9, starting out 2-0. I would never think Eric's team would start 0-2, but here we are. He's 0-2. He's obviously struggling right now, but made a key trade today, and who knows? It could really pay dividends down the stretch, and even in the next year. So, good move by Eric. Not saying, hey, I trust these guys, I'm gonna go. He wanted to make a move and needed to make it quick. So. Especially in that division, guys, super tough. Brock was led by Rodgers with 18.5, and really not much else. McCoy was held silent pretty much all day. Had Hyde and Adams get double digits, and that was really it. Eric, struggle again. DeMarco Murray just not feeling right. Jay Ajayi had a good 126 yards, I believe. Broncos D got him at clutch pick 6, but it just. Not a good day for Eric, so, good for him for making a move, but he's struggling starting 0-2. Aaron, clicking on all cylinders, finally got back, beat Javi, and it was a tight one, 115-96. Ty Montgomery, big day, 2 touchdowns, he had 23. Big day for Devonta Freeman for Javi, had 22 points, I think 2 touchdowns in that game as well, but not much else for Javi's squad. Lamar Miller just kind of struggling to get touchdowns. Keenan Allen showed up a little bit, but Chris Hogan, Javi did leave 22 points on his bench from Chris Thompson, but in that situation, how he's not startable. It's just kind of flash in a pan. Aaron had good point distribution from everybody. Dez with 11, Jeffrey with 15.2, Ravens D had 15. That was a hot pickup for the week. Obviously, Ty Mont, and then Big Ben at 17. Aaron starting out 1-1. Like I said, tight division in that one. Javi starting out 0-2. Like I said, at division, there's some room for definitely in a big fight for first and second. So we'll see if Javi can make some moves. That team's good on paper, so I think he'll turn it around. And then last one, my team was looking awesome week 1. He had to be feeling real good about it. And then week 2, he goes and lays a 55 burger for the lowest in the league. lost by damn near half his points to Jeff and Nico with 104. Jeff and Nico, obviously those running backs are just so stout. They pretty much can carry him week in and week out. But now they obviously traded Kareem Hunt, who was the number one running back in fantasy. Obviously, they don't think he's going to carry it forward, acquiring J.J. But their running backs alone, I mean, 13.8 from Gordon, 23 from Gurley, 22 from Hunt, 16 from Kelsey. I mean, they got a zero burger out of Jordy and still scored 100. So this team is naughty, guys. They are getting better and better, making trades, doing good ownership stuff. I mean, obviously, they are going to be right up there at the 1-2 seed in that tough division. So it's going to be kind of, who's going to step up in that division and try to push for him and, make a playoff. But Mike's team really struggled in this one. His highest score, 14.9. Not impressive in the least bit. I mean, just most of his guys who really showed out, even like Antonio Brown had a rough game. Brandon Cooks. His two running backs combined for 4.4. That's just not where you want to be. So Mike's starting out 1-1, and like I said, in that tough division, Jeff and Nico at 2-0. So looking into week 3, guys. I'm sorry. Where am I at on time? Yeah, we're good. I'm looking into week 3, guys. A couple big division games again. Me and Casey squaring off. Right now, I'm projected to win by about 13. Obviously, I think Casey's got a couple good matchups that they could exploit, and it could be a lot closer. So even Casey, he's hungry for that first win. So I just hope it's not me this week, because obviously I'd love to start 3-0. Eric going up against Jobby, 2 0-2 teams who really kind of in a must-win situation at this point. Jobby's actually projected to win by about 5.5. Like I said, Eric's team, it just looks so good on paper. So does Jobby's. I think this is kind of like a must-win for them, just based on where they're at, especially for Eric in that division with it being so competitive. So look for that to be a really good one. I think another great one this week is Jeff and Nico versus Joe and Jared, 2 new co-owners. I think the line on this one, Jeff and Jared are favored, or Jeff and Nico are favored by about 7 and 7.8. 101 to 93. So I think this one's going to be high scoring. It's be a close matchup. But I just, man, it's really hard to bet against Jeff and Nico at this point, just with the talent. Obviously, they just got better acquiring Odell Beckham and J.J. So it was a big blockbuster. I think the first one of the year for real. That was like a real blockbuster. So that just makes them tougher and going to be harder to beat. Obviously, I play them next week. I'm already counting on that L. There's no way, a healthy squad that they could really lose many games. Looking at Mike and Brock's matchup, Brock is actually favored by 5.2. Brock looking to start potentially 3-0. I mean, for a team that he's always flying under the radar and kind of always gets counted out, but for whatever reason, that fantasy defense is just too serious. I don't think he's cracked 80 yet this year, but he's 2-0. So it's just one of those things, guys. I mean, that's how the matchups work, and that's why we play head-to-head. Sometimes things like that make me think, man, maybe we should just play one division and go by most points and don't even play anybody. Because then you see who the real good teams are, who scores the most points. But there is some exciting things to playing matchup football, having divisions. There's a reason why NFL teams play divisions. So, that's something we could potentially look at down the road, but I do kind of like our head-to-head matchup. So, like I said, look for Mike to try and get back on track. Obviously, Brock, I think you're not going to see him score in the 80s much. I think he's more, true to his colors in the high 80s, low 90s, than winnable games. So it'll be a good one to watch. And then obviously, last but not least, the new rivalry, which is Dalton and Aaron. Both teams 1-1. Both teams in that division. Obviously with me, Casey, and Jobby, where it's kind of up for anyone for grabs. Dalton's actually, Aaron is favored by about 4.5, 5. Aaron's team looked much better. I think more the real team we expected from Aaron last week. Obviously, get him his first victory. Dalton started out hot, and then his team kind of tapered off. But I think Dalton's got a lot to prove, and he wants to show everybody that he belongs in the league. Is a good owner. Made a couple moves so far that we're still feeling out. Obviously, the Hyde move. Hyde looks like the real deal. Good RB1. He traded away an RB2 or a flex play, or got one in return. So, but I think Dalton's team, like I said, he's a good owner. He wants to make moves. He's going to be better than I think people expect. So I think this game's going to go down the wire. I'm not expecting it to be a blowout by any means. So going to be a good one. So guys, everything's been good so far. We've had a couple trades so far. You know, they're getting through immediately. It's not like we're waiting 2 to 3 days for trades. So, you know, like I said, congrats to Eric and Jeff and you guys as co-owners for coming to agreement on a big blockbuster trade. It's hard to get those through sometimes. So, congrats on those. I'll get this video up. I'll get a new poll up. Please, guys, get on and vote on the matchups themselves. Go into the quick box score. Go to the bottom, click the vote, and then actually put in a comment of who you think is going to win. I know about 3-4 owners have done it. Some owners do it on their own matchups, but I'd like to see you do it on others as well. So far, I haven't missed any, so I'd like to kind of set the example and have you guys kind of follow along and actually do that. You know, I know like Brock, you'll comment on yours, but you might miss a couple. Dalton, kind of same thing. He'll trickle in. Aaron's done a good job. I think Jobby's gotten in there, but I'd like to see, you know, maybe Jeff or Nico, Jared, Joe. I think first week was really good. Second week kind of tapered off, so I understand, like, you know, things get in the way, but, you know, it takes 10 minutes. Hop on and do it. I always do it at work while I'm getting paid for it. So, other than that, guys, everything's been great so far. So we're, you know, here we come week 3. Going to be an exciting week. I'm excited. So, a lot of division games, a lot of big ones. So hang in there, and it'll be a great week. I'll talk to you guys next week.